Here we are, right at the edge of where land meets the sea. I always feel that tug, don't you? That pull to step into the water, to leave behind the warmth of the sand and let the coolness of the ocean embrace you. It's like an invitation, soft but undeniable. Look at how the waves gently kiss the shoreline, each one beckoning us forward. It feels like a boundary, but at the same time, a doorway. We've stood here long enough, haven't we? It's time to wade in, to feel that moment when the water laps at your ankles, cool and alive. Then higher, inch by inch, as the waves pull us a little deeper. You can feel it, can't you? That shift as you let the water rise, covering your legs, your waist. And suddenly you're floating, weightless, just beneath the surface. The world above becomes a little quieter, muffled by the water, and everything below is waiting, an entire realm just beyond our reach. The ocean has a way of gently urging you forward, without force, just a natural flow. And here we are, leaving the shore behind, ready to begin our journey into the blue. It's calm here, isn't it? The surface shimmering with sunlight, a soft dance of light that gives no hint of the depths below. But we'll get there, slowly, as we let go of what's familiar and let the ocean carry us further into its embrace. All right then, I think it's time. We've stood on the shore long enough, haven't we? Let's just step in. Feel that first cool rush as the water touches your toes. It's always a bit of a shock, isn't it? That first contact. As the waves swirl around your ankles, you can feel the pull of the ocean, just gently inviting you deeper. The sand shifts beneath your feet with each step, and there's that moment. That pause before you commit to going all the way in. But here we are, one more step, and the water's up to your knees. You can feel the coolness spread, that perfect contrast to the warmth of the sun on your back, and then waist deep. You can feel the water cradling you now, lifting just enough to make you feel lighter, almost like you're floating, even though your feet are still anchored to the shifting sand below. It's that final moment now, when the water rises to your chest, and you know there's no turning back. You take a deep breath, and with a gentle dive, you're fully in. The surface above you ripples with sunlight, and everything below is calm, quiet, peaceful. You've done it. The world above fades away as you glide through the water, weightless, the ocean embracing you completely. This is it. This is where the journey truly begins, beneath the surface, where everything feels different, slower, more real. Let the water carry you now. Let it hold you as we move deeper into this underwater world. The shore is behind us, and the ocean, with all its secrets, stretches endlessly ahead. There is so much more to discover together, so many secrets kept hidden by our world's crystal blue blanket, as I like to call it. As we glide beneath the surface, notice how the colors shift. What was once a brilliant azure now deepens into rich blues, creating a serene canvas that envelops us. Feel the calm wash over you as we descend further into this mesmerizing world. Here, the water begins to abound with mystery. Look around and witness the delicate balance of life that thrives in these depths. This is where the ocean's heartbeat resonates, home to a kaleidoscope of species that dance and dart among the rocks and coral. As we glide deeper, we encounter the enchanting realm of the coral reefs. These vibrant ecosystems, often referred to as the rainforests of the sea, are bustling with life. Corals are living organisms, tiny creatures called polyps that come together to create intricate structures. They thrive in the warm, shallow waters, drawing energy from the sun while providing shelter for countless fish and other marine life. Each coral head is a testament to resilience, built over years, a reminder that beauty often comes from patience and perseverance. Corals are so fascinating, aren't they? At first glance, they appear to be beautiful, colorful rocks or plants, but they are in fact living creatures. These tiny polyps are like little architects, coming together to build vast underwater cities. Each polyp, no bigger than a fingernail, has a soft body and a mouth surrounded by tentacles that reach out to capture food drifting by in the currents. But what truly makes corals extraordinary is their partnership with tiny algae known as zooxanthellae. I know it's a mouthful to say. These vibrant little organisms live within the tissues of the coral, creating a symbiotic relationship that is essential for both. The algae harness sunlight through photosynthesis, producing energy that nourishes the coral, while the coral provides the algae with a safe haven, a home in the warm, shallow waters. Together, they create a harmony that sustains not only themselves, but a whole ecosystem. This relationship is a beautiful reminder of how interconnected life is. Corals rely on the sun, the water, and the nutrients that flow through the ocean to thrive. In return, they provide shelter and sustenance for countless marine creatures, fish, crustaceans, and even larger animals that find refuge in the complex structures they create. These reefs become bustling communities, teeming with life, where every creature plays a vital role in the ecosystem's balance. As we drift here, at just the perfect depth for snorkeling, I can't help but think about my uncle. He was always so passionate about scuba diving, so eager to share the wonders of the deep with me. I remember how his eyes would light up every time he talked about it, like he'd found a secret world that no one else could understand. He always tried to get me into it, but I never could. I was too scared. Snorkeling, though, I loved it. It felt safe, you know? I could stay close to the surface, just skimming the top of this vast world beneath me, while still feeling in control. But the idea of going deeper, of strapping on all that gear and sinking down into the unknown, it terrified me. I remember how he'd tease me in the gentlest way. "Come on, you're missing out on the real magic," he'd say, smiling that big, wide grin of his. But I'd always laugh it off, finding comfort in the safety of the shoreline. I guess I wasn't ready to face that fear. Now, as we hover above these reefs, I feel this strange melancholy washing over me. I'm here, at peace with the water, with no fear at all, and it hits me. I waited so long to reach this place, all those years feeling small compared to the vastness of the ocean, too afraid to dive deeper, to let go of that last thread of control. I wonder what he would think if he saw me now. Maybe I was protecting myself in some way. Maybe I just wasn't ready back then. But now, as the water cradles me, and I look down at the life unfolding beneath us, I feel a sense of quiet regret. Not for where I am now. No, I'm exactly where I need to be. But for all the time I spent keeping myself from these moments. Keeping myself from truly letting go. I guess it's strange, isn't it? How sometimes it takes us so long to reach that place where we can be free of our own fears. And when we finally do, it's not because we forced ourselves to be brave. It's because we've grown. We've softened into it. Like the way the ocean gently erodes the rough edges of a stone until it's smooth and ready to be held. Now, I can feel that softness in me. The fear is gone. Just the quiet calm of knowing that I belong here. That the water is my ally, not something to fear. And I wish he could see that. It's funny, isn't it? How the things that once held us back can suddenly feel so small. When we look at them from this new place of peace. I think that's what life is, really. Learning to trust, to let go of what scares us, and to find the beauty in every moment, even the ones we avoided for so long. But I'm ready now. Ready for all of it. And though I never took that plunge with him, I think somehow I'm exactly where I'm supposed to be. Can you feel it? The light is starting to shift. The water seems a little heavier. We're approaching that place, deeper than most springs, deeper than any swimming pool you've ever been in. Here, things start to change. The water feels more like an embrace than just a wave. Around 20 feet, maybe 30. That's when you begin to feel the weight of the ocean above, but not in a way that's overwhelming. It's peaceful. The light still dances, but the surface feels farther away, like a distant memory. Isn't it funny? This depth, this place, just beyond where most feel comfortable, is the perfect balance between what we know and what remains a mystery, between the familiar world above and something deeper. My uncle would talk about how, beyond here, the silence deepens, but not in a heavy way. It's soft, almost like the ocean is sharing a secret, but only if you're willing to listen. Most pools, even springs, can't give you this feeling. This is where the ocean starts to reveal its real self. It's not just surface beauty anymore. It's a calm, a depth that feels ancient, something we can't fully grasp. Everything slows here. The fish, the water, and as we hover in this space, deeper than any pool I've ever been in, I feel a kind of reverence. There's something sacred about it, don't you think? The sunlight, filtering down in thin ribbons, feels like a doorway to another world. One that asks for patience, for stillness. It's as though we've left the surface behind and entered the quieter part of the ocean's heart. And we've only just begun. We're still beneath the surface, but as we go deeper, everything begins to slow even more. The light from above fades, but not in a way that's frightening. It's gentle, like the world is dimming the lights for us, preparing us for something quieter, something deeper. The water here cradles us, and with each heartbeat, we're letting go of the surface, of the noise, of everything that feels heavy.